Tonight, the sad reality of loved ones unable to afford funeral costs. New numbers from the province show an increase in bodies being left unclaimed, leading to morgues being overrun and the government taking care of the burial. CTV exclusive. New video surfaces of an alleged drug bust at the busiest airport in the country and one most of us have passed through. The tarmac takedown now before the courts. Plus, Black history and health. Spotlight on a disease that has this specific demographic looking for blood donations. Good evening. Ontario residents have new numbers tonight pointing to an unfortunate reality. The Chief Coroner's Office says more of our dead are being left in morgues with no one coming to claim them. And while some may not have next of kin, they have confirmed that in other cases, the high cost of a final goodbye has loved ones opting out of traditional closure. Here's CTV's Austin Lee.
There's probably somewhere between 900 to 1,000 unclaimed remains here at the cemetery.
It's an issue funeral director Scott Miller says is not being properly addressed. Unclaimed bodies in Ontario surging in recent years.
About 5 years ago, we would handle somewhere around 60 unclaimed burials a year. And in the last 2 years, it's been well over 100.
In 2019, 438 bodies went unclaimed across Ontario, but that number more than tripled by 2025, jumping to more than 1,700.
We see it more in Toronto than we do in Ottawa, but we have seen an increase in Ottawa. And I do believe it's related to a variety of reasons.
Here in Ottawa, 122 bodies went unclaimed last year. The top three reasons being no next of kin identified, financial constraints, or next of kin declining to claim a person's remains.
Friends can claim. We've had churches and mosques claim the remains of people. Inner-city health is a great example where they will claim somebody who's been homeless.
So what happens when a person's remains go unclaimed? Their body is sent to a cemetery to be buried, and the cost is covered by the city.
$1,300 to cover the cost of the grave space and the opening closing of the grave, which in no way covers it in today's costs. We do it at a loss, but we do it as part of our, basically like our community service.
But Miller says if the trend continues, they won't be able to keep it up unless the funding model changes.
There's a point in time where we can't continue to lose money. If it was a break-even situation, fine. But no business can continue to operate and lose money.
Austin Lee, CTV News.
And you can find extended coverage of this issue on our website, ctvnewsottawa.ca. Right now, it is -10 outside. The wind chill is a factor as well as we take a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam and go to Jackie Perez for the first check on weather.
Well, we saw lots of sunshine today, and our Thursday will be no different, but we will see a little bit more cloud cover. So this is going to begin in the midnight hour. Tomorrow, maybe the start of the day, we'll see a little bit of that sunshine, but it will get cloudier as the evening rolls through for our Thursday. Temperatures, though, still remaining mild, if you want to call them that, considering the temperatures we had last week. But really, for this time of year, it is sitting around seasonal, about -13 for that overnight. In the morning low about -17 degrees, getting to a daytime high of -8. So again, we are expecting mainly clear conditions as we move into our Thursday. Overnight, though, -17 degrees. We will have details of this and a look at your long-term forecast in just a bit.
Thanks, Jackie. Now to a CTV News exclusive. This next story shows the moment an airport worker is accused of handling much more than just baggage. The Pearson Airport drug bust caught on camera back in 2021 is now before the courts, and CTV's John Woodward has the newly released surveillance footage.
A baggage handler discovered by officers hiding in a luggage cart at Pearson International Airport, and then a takedown on the tarmac.
It's somebody who's obviously in a state of panic. They want to hide. There's not a lot of places to hide on the apron of an airport.
Pearson's surveillance video obtained by CTV News shows the baggage handler, Nigel Welsh, starting his day like any other, passing into Pearson's secure area. According to evidence presented to Superior Court in Brampton, he unloaded luggage from this plane arriving from Jamaica in 2021, but stuck around. Security video shows him leaving the plane after everyone else is gone with a backpack. The court heard a mechanic saw him and called his manager, and soon a chase was on. Other security video shows Welsh and the mechanic running through the airport tunnels. Welsh drops the bag and disappears. Police and CBSA officers found cell phones, 9 bricks of cocaine, and 1 pouch of marijuana, worth about $1 million altogether. Officers started searching all of Terminal 3, and as they are going through luggage carts, that's where they spot him. He jumps out and runs again before being tackled by, well, everyone. In court, Welsh maintained he wasn't the man carrying the bag, and the only reason that he was hiding in the luggage carts was because he'd lost his airport ID. Prosecutors pointed out the phone they found with that bag had accounts with his email address. Welsh was sentenced to 9 years in prison in January. He's appealing it.
In that world of drug smuggling, if you're that person, that's what you've been paid for. You're going to take that fall.
Former Toronto detective Mark Mendelson says there are so many bags coming in and so much money to be made, this will happen occasionally. Last year, the Mounties charged 2 baggage handlers, and in 2019, 2 Sunwing employees were charged in a drug ring operating out of Pearson. For those who want to try it, the airport is not a place you can make a mistake.
It's high risk. We're talking about a premise here that is laden with security cameras. They're everywhere at Pearson Airport.
Cameras that caught him running and recorded him getting caught. John Woodward, CTV News.
An update now to the breaking news story we brought you last night. Ottawa police say their appeal for witnesses is still on after a pedestrian was hit by a car and seriously injured. The crash happened on Rideau Street between Charlotte and Wurtemberg just after 7 p.m. yesterday. The woman was brought to hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Rideau Street was closed in the area for more than 3 hours for the investigation, and police are looking to speak with any witnesses or anyone who may have dashcam footage. Anonymous tips can be made to Crime Stoppers. Meanwhile, the original plans to extend Little Italy's Preston Street north into LeBreton Flats is no more. City councillors voted to scrap the plan with big hopes a new arena for the Sens is on the way. As CTV's Tyler Fleming reports, a footbridge is more likely than a road extension.
On my way to Flow, I think it's called.
Sally Rutherford has lived near Little Italy since 1980.
We love living here.
And she embraces the redevelopment of LeBreton Flats.
And that comes with being able to go outside your door and enjoy the sky.
And perhaps without the noise of heavy traffic. On Wednesday, the city pumped the brakes on the planned Preston Street extension, which would have cut through LeBreton from Albert Street to the Kitchi-Zibi-Meekan Parkway. It will now be replaced with a pedestrian and cycling bridge.
This is a hidden gem for us.
Resident Ken Millman says it's the right choice.
Given the current lay of the land and what the future plans are, I think a footbridge like that is a great idea.
The city says while the move supports a modern, transit-oriented, people-focused community, it's also about traffic calming measures for a new Ottawa Senators Stadium.
It means there will be less cars coming into Little Italy and into West Centertown. It means it'll be much easier to get in and out of the site by foot and by bus, and it'll encourage more people to take the LRT.
We don't want to end up with the same kinds of traffic problems as King Edward has, for example, where, there's a whole lot of traffic trying to go through an impossibly small space.
Scrapping the road also creates new ways to link the proposed districts at LeBreton Flats, which includes a major event center, commercial space, along with around 4,500 homes. Rutherford is encouraged by the development's direction and hopes LeBreton Flats is a community for all.
And the promise always was that there would be housing and there would be affordable housing.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
In developing news, the provincially appointed supervisor overseeing Ottawa's largest school board is now sharing more details of the changes he intends to make. Robert Plamondon took over the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board last year after it posted 4 straight deficits. And now, in a letter to parents, he says the budget process will be unlike any the board has undertaken before and will focus on, quote, long overdue reforms. In the meantime, Ottawa's French Public School Board is breaking ground on a new secondary school in Orleans. An event was held today at the future site on Mer Bleu Road near Renault.
1, 2, 3, go!
The school is scheduled to open September 2027. There will be around 700 students in grades 7 to 12. The province provided more than $33 million in funding. Councillors and residents alike seeking clarity on the new Blue Bin program, especially when it comes to what you have to do to get a new one. CTV's Leah LaRock went hunting for answers.
It's recycling day in Rachel Robinson's neighbourhood. But she says ever since the Ontario government took over Blue Bin Pickup, getting info about what to do has been trashy.
I can't actually work out what I can and can't put in the blue box. I've emailed them even. I'm a serious, green warrior, as it were, environmental warrior, and I'm struggling with it.
Questions, too, about if new bins or replacements will be delivered, or if residents need to go pick one up at a specific location, and if you have to pay for it.
But yeah, if I have to drive, super far, I might be upset if I have to pay for it, depending on the cost.
Circular Materials didn't provide clarity to CTV News' questions, but in a statement says it's working on a standardized process for providing new bins to residents, and bins will be provided based on demonstrated need.
I get in my car and I go pick up a bin. I'm sorry, I would.
There are 2 Miller Waste locations, one in the East End on Bantry Road, the other in the West End in Stittsville on Walgreen Road.
Carry it on the public transport, and walk with it. So I think it's impossible.
Some city councillors say that it has been difficult to communicate with Circular Materials and to get accurate information. And that is making it challenging to communicate with residents what is right and what to do when it comes to getting a new recycling bin.
I actually got 4 different answers, right? I get the answer that it's status quo, so delivered and replaced. I got replaced and delivered at cost, replacement but delivery at a cost. And the most recent and seems the answer that seems to be what Miller is doing is that they will be replaced, but you have to go pick them up yourself.
Residents say they will find another way, but hope the confusion gets sorted out.
If you got to go to the far end of the city to pick up one of these stupid things, I would just go up to the hardware store and buy one.
Leah LaRock, CTV News.
Our beds are open for anybody who needs that, but the goal really is to find a safe alternative place.
Coming up, a new approach to homelessness, how Shepherds of Good Hope could be leading others to flock towards its latest initiative. Taking a live look at the Queensway on this Wednesday night. It's fairly quiet, and it looks like we should have decent road conditions tonight and tomorrow, as we aren't expecting flurries until Friday. But let's go to Jackie for a closer look at that forecast. Jackie.
Well, this evening we will see partly cloudy skies, -17 the overnight low. We still have those westerly winds moving in. That is bringing some warmer air here into eastern Ontario. The daytime high will be -8. I'm liking that it's going to be mainly sunny skies because, get this, snow is on the way. More on that in just a bit. Overnight lows across eastern Ontario sitting between -16 and -17 along the Seaway, -21 in Pembroke and Petawawa. So already a little bit cooler in the valley. And as we look towards tomorrow's daytime highs, it's still going to average between -7, -8 degrees really throughout eastern Ontario, and lots of sunshine as well. So enjoy this, because I did mention that snow is on its way. How much? Well, by Friday evening, we could see between 1 to 3 centimeters of snow. So not that much, but we are keeping a close eye on this should it change. The daytime high -6 degrees. And if you are going to take part in winterlude activities for the weekend, it won't be quite as warm. The daytime highs for Saturday and Sunday will be -14 degrees.
The Shepherds of Good Hope is hoping to ease the strain on homeless shelters with a new housing program. CTV's Kimberly Fowler has the details.
The shelter system in Ottawa is currently operating at or above capacity. To help relieve some pressure, Shepherds of Good Hope is trying something new, a diversion pilot project.
We know that once people come into the shelter, they are more likely to come back, and it can be harder to get them out into permanent housing.
In partnership with the Alliance to End Homelessness Ottawa and the City of Ottawa, Shepherds is focusing efforts on finding people alternative housing options instead of staying in the shelter.
What can we do for them? Can we buy them a bus ticket? Can we buy them a train ticket to get them back to that safe place that is not a shelter? Our beds are open for anybody who needs that, but the goal really is to find a safe alternative place.
So far, the pilot project has achieved a 22% successful diversion rate. So where are the people going? According to Shepherds, most return to their own rental housing. Many go to live with family and friends, others to transitional or supportive housing.
We have an average stay of about 90 days for individuals who come into the shelter. What we found through the pilot over the last 6 months was that individuals who are diverted, we were able to bring that down in Shepherds to an average of 11 days.
The project also helps ease the financial strain on the shelter system and open up beds for those who truly need them.
We're looking at over $6,000 in savings by being able to divert somebody to a more appropriate form of housing rather than have them come into the shelter for 90 days.
And there are plans to expand across Ottawa.
There's a lot of interest in this to see how we can work together across the city to really stop that flow into the shelter as one of the key strategies to reduce chronic homelessness in the city.
Kimberly Fowler, CTV News.
You know, I can be standing here right in front of you perfectly fine, and 5 minutes later, I might not be able to walk because I'm in so much pain.
Still to come, tackling a health issue with the help of Black History Month. Tonight, Sala San Marco, Annabella's Kitchen and Lounge, Evo Greek Kitchen, Matti Ottawa, and Farinella are all helping to give Little Italy a red glow, supporting the University of Ottawa Heart Institute for Heart Month. February is also Black History Month, and a special blood donor clinic is drawing attention to a health condition that disproportionately impacts Black people. As CTV's Pauline Chan reports, this clinic pays tribute to a young man who was a valued part of Ontario's sickle cell community.
Rashawn Gabriel was just 24 when he died of sickle cell disease. His mother spoke of the hereditary condition he fought against his whole life and the importance of blood products in easing his suffering.
I think that it's important that everybody does hear my story and learn how important it is to give blood, so that's why we're here today.
Because of the mutation that causes sickle cell disease, the hemoglobin tends to crystallize. That damages the red blood cell. That causes the red blood cell to block up blood vessels, and that means that oxygen delivery downstream can't occur.
Gabriel Badejo, who was diagnosed at age 1, says it's an extremely painful condition.
Sometimes you have a slow flare-up, sometimes you can have immediate flare-up. You know, I can be standing here right in front of you perfectly fine, and 5 minutes later, I might not be able to walk because I'm in so much pain.
Chloe Jang is with SCAGO, the Sickle Cell Awareness Group of Ontario. She says sometimes sickle cell patients get whole blood, other times they do a red cell exchange, which gives the patient normal red blood cells.
For a typical person, they need about 7 to 12 bags of blood for every time they do this exchange therapy. And you imagine one person who donates blood, they donate 1 unit of blood every time. So you can imagine the magnitude of blood that one person might need in a year.
Today's event also included education sessions to learn more about sickle cell and blood donation.
SCAGO and Canadian Blood Services is especially reaching out to healthy Black men as potential donors. For more information, go to blood.ca. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
The YMCA here in downtown Ottawa is shining a spotlight on ways to address issues that appear to be growing.
We offer a suite of services, and our goal is to wrap around those services around an individual or family that come to us looking for support.
Some of those services include transitional housing, providing urgently needed childcare, and offering employment services. And today's open house includes residents sharing their own stories of gratitude.
I recently moved out of this building at the YMCA last month, so essentially they were able to find housing for me. Prior to that, I was actually homeless, so this program meant the world to me.
The open house took place at the YMCA on Argyle.
From the student perspective, this departure is 4 years of hard work from student movements.
Coming up, why some U Ottawa students say losing the RBC on campus is a royal win. The Royal Bank at the University of Ottawa is getting dethroned. The branch is set to close as the campus redevelops. But some students are now crowning the fight against climate change as king. CTV's Caitlin Wilson tells us why.
For students passing through the Jock Turcotte Centre, this RBC branch is hard to miss. Tucked into the heart of campus, the bank has served students for years, but this spring it's set to close.
From the student perspective, this departure is 4 years of hard work from student movements.
Both the university and RBC say the closure is tied to a planned redevelopment, with the space being repurposed to accommodate a growing student population. But some student groups are calling the outcome a win, including Climate Justice U Ottawa, which has protested the bank's presence on campus for years.
RBC is the #1 fossil fuel financer in Canada and #3 in the world. And we see that as not aligning with our student population.
Their concerns are part of a broader national movement calling out banks for funding fossil fuel projects, which advocates say contribute to the climate crisis and violate Indigenous rights.
From the perspective of Indigenous students, like having this institution is contradictory to their commitment to reconciliation and their Indigenous Action Plan and their commitment to divest from fossil fuels.
In a statement, a university spokesperson says our many valued partnerships with RBC will continue to provide important programming and opportunities on campus for students. And RBC tells CTV News it's working closely with the university to maintain a campus presence, including full-service ATMs to meet the everyday banking needs of students and staff. Noting similar arrangements even with other banks at campuses like Algonquin College and Carleton University. But for some students, the closure is a small step in a much larger fight.
We're going to continue to fight against those things and advocate against RBC to be completely untied from the campus.
Caitlin Wilson, CTV News.
Consumer Reports is out with its list of top 10 vehicles. While there are some familiar makes and models this year, CTV's Pat Foran reports there are also some new ones.
Every day, Consumer Reports tests new vehicles at its state-of-the-art facility, measuring everything from safety and performance to fuel efficiency and cargo space. Beyond the test track, its member surveys give exclusive real-world insights into reliability and owner satisfaction from about 380,000 vehicles this year.
The CARS team looks at data from our testing and from member surveys to determine what are the 10 vehicles that stand out most in their class. These are the vehicles that are easy recommendations to make and a great starting point for any car shopper.
SUVs are as popular as ever. This year, the Subaru's Crosstrek and Forester, along with the Toyota Grand Highlander, were all top picks. If you're looking for something more upscale, top luxury SUVs include the Lexus NX and BMW X5.
We also have a couple great sedans on the list with the Honda Civic and Toyota Camry. Both of these performed well in our tests, get terrific fuel economy, and are very reliable.
For drivers who want a truck that's easy to live with, the Ford Maverick is the top choice for best small pickup, and the Ford F-150 makes the list too, the first full-size pickup in years to score high enough to be a top pick. The Tesla Model Y is the top pick for EVs. And for the first time, all 10 of Consumer Reports' 2026 top picks are available as hybrid or EV versions. All of the top picks also come standard with key safety features, including automatic emergency braking and pedestrian detection. Any of these top picks would be a good place to start if you're looking for a new vehicle, as they're considered outstanding in their respective categories. Pat Foran, CTV News.
When we return, we'll tell you about the latest Lucky Lotto winner in our region. Here's another live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam. It is -10 out there right now. And Jackie's back with a final look at weather.
Well, we'll start our morning off with mainly sunny skies, -17 to kick things off. We are warming to temperatures around -8 degrees. And again, for Friday, we are anticipating snow. This will likely come in the later part of the evening. The daytime high, though, good news, -6 degrees. But temperatures will start to drop and quick down to -20 for the overnight into Saturday, where we're only getting to a daytime high of -14. This will trend for really much most of our weekend. But then by Tuesday, look at this, we're getting back closer to the freezing mark. Stefan.
Thanks, Jackie. Finally for us tonight, the unveiling of a lotto winner from Eganville. The self-employed father of 3 says he is both excited and grateful after winning a $1 million lottery prize. Stephen Zomers won the prize in the December 13th Lotto 649 Gold Ball draw. He says he initially thought he won $1,000, but when he checked the ticket more carefully, he realized it was $1 million. He plans on using the money to pay off his bills and take his family to Disney World. He bought the winning ticket at the Eganville Gas and Convenience Store on Alice Street. Congratulations. That is CTV News for this Wednesday, February 4th. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team keeping you up to date at ctvnewsottawa.ca. You can also watch our newscast live on the CTV News app, and for news on the go, listen to News Talk Radio 580 CFRA. For all of us here at CTV News, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night and stay safe.